Yo, what's good with y'all? It's your boy John Smooth, and I'm gonna give y'all a little feel on how food was made before 1492. Things like spaghetti, chili, uh, rice, bread, noodles, all these things were plant-based. And I'm gonna show y'all all life was plant-based before 1492, or before evil ETs decided to misuse life, humanity, nature. But noodles from rice, wheat, and flour. Look at that. So all these other preservatives that have rice or wheat or flour, and then they mix it with a bunch of preservatives, when all that needs to be in there is rice, wheat, maybe some sea salt or some vinegar or some garlic or some ginger. But they want to add all these preservatives to our noodles, which is making us sick. And a lot of this stuff has to be fixed, or we're literally gonna become sick. And this is why I'm in the works of trying to be an example to make these things. But let's make these videos now. Your bread from rice, flour, and wheat. Look at that. Plant-based bread. So the bread today literally has rice, flour, or wheat as like the main mix, mixed with a ton of other crap that you can't even read. They're literally putting crap in our wheat, and it really isn't cool. Here, cheese from nuts, like almond milk, coconut milk, what's another nut that's really good? How about peanut cheese? Every nut cheese. I'm working on making an every nut pizza one day. You know what I'm saying? Things are so expensive right now. They don't want anyone eating good. They don't want everyone sick. It ain't cool. When these things are so abundant, rice, flour, wheat, it's so abundant, it should be growing everywhere, but they hog it and they have it growing in these areas. They're spraying pesticides on it, so it really isn't cool with how they're treating our plants. So let's go with something else. Meat, tofu from fermented beans, nuts, mushrooms, rice, and potatoes. Before 1492, all beings were plant-based, no war, farming, coexistence, harmony with nature, animals, having herds of animals, giving them dried corn, giving them other dried grains, and then when they're ready to go to fruit, they come out of the herd, go to fruit, they come back to their herd, build stuff for their herd, and the cycle continues, right? This is the righteous way to rule the planet. Everyone's growing something. There's no anyone's better. All is good because everyone has to grow something in order for all to grow, right? Look, all sauce from plants, like soy sauce made with fermented beans. Like, do we know how good soy sauce is? And that's soybeans. That's probably like, soybeans aren't even one of the best tasting beans these days because it's been so modified. But there's other beans out there that people should be making with soy sauce. Like, there's so many beans that humans are being hidden from, and we're limited on the plant-based diet before 1492. Everyone should be able to eat this plant-based diet. Everyone should be, because literally look what it's made out of: beans, wheat, flour, rice, potatoes. Those are literally the cheapest things, and they should be growing everywhere. along with things like corn. What's another one? Corn. And then things like, these things should be growing everywhere for everybody, right? Corn, bananas, apples. These things should literally be everywhere. Like, for example, the animal gets its protein from dried corn. So Bill Gates is literally putting this vaccine in us, and we're not even carnivores, and he's forcing us into this diet ever since 1492, a slavery diet of ruining your land and eating your land, and getting you to forget about your land and what grows it. So we're getting deep here, y'all, and it's John Smooth. We're gonna continue this journey. I've been wanting to make businesses where I make these kinds of foods for the masses, make videos, but it's just been hard. A lot of things have been hard for everybody right now, trying to make money, trying to make sure you get the right foods, struggling, trying to get food on the table, things like that. So, but I'm still going to try to, get these recipes to the masses. And even giving it now, it's like, dang, now it's like I have I have all these solutions and stuff, but I have no money for people to have opportunities. I have no sources to make jobs for people that seek peace. I'm in the works of doing things like that, making sustainable things for everybody. Everyone should have their own stuff and able to trade, able to commune, and not feel like they're against the world. You know what I'm saying? And running and earth, plants, it literally has everything that we need. Like, think about what the animal eats. Do they feed cows, like animals, or any of the animals that we eat, animals? And if they do, then it's like a purposeful thing to literally make us to make us sick and rot and perish. Because if you look at 1492, there's been all kinds of stuff to start wars, plagues, viruses, intentionally by evil people with taxes. So in order for us not to perish, we have to return to this diet, right? And this is probably why, like, they glitched out my computers for college, because it's like they don't want me getting this to y'all. They don't want me to believe in myself, to be able to be like, man, this is it. This is what life's all supposed to be. Eating plants, coexistence. But yeah, it's John Smooth. We're going to continue this journey. We're going to grow the planet, or I'm going to grow the planet. These ETs are probably going to help me. That's what it's looking like. I don't have any support from humanity except for people like my brother, some of my family sometimes. There's really not a lot of support to encouragement, keep going. But I'm going to keep going hard. But yeah, it's John Smooth. I'm out. Peace, love, light, understanding, righteousness. It's John Smooth. Peace.